Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad. So today I put out a small survey before we kind of get into today's video. Let me know what you all think about the kind of overall video length. I know some people prefer like the shorter form content, while other people prefer longer games. So let me know what you think. Pokemon go to the polls, as they say. Feel free to comment on the survey. I do actually take the feedback. So let's go into today's kind of deck list. So this is a more aggressive slant on Zen. So the difference between this deck list and yesterday's deck list is we're going a little bit down on the React package and like the Cosmic Awakening stuff. This is it for if like Rosetta gets a little bit more aggressive, which I think it's starting to look that way. So this is a much more aggressive slant on Zen. We are running the Bittering Thorns just to kind of have more damage output, and 1 for 5 go again is just insane, right? This didn't make the original cut of the deck list because it's a 2-block, it's a little bit clunky. But I think if there's a much more aggressive lean to the format, I think this card gets significantly better. I'm also adjusting the pouncing key ratio, so I dropped down on like a pouncing key and added some more blues just to kind of go up to 29 blues. But nothing else super spicy in this list. I also brought in needles just in case for kind of like more aggressive matchups. Like I think we do want to race some of the like decks like Aurora, KO. So I don't think the needles are terrible at this point. I've kind of come around on them a little bit. They might still be good. So we're gonna try that out today, and we'll just go ahead and get into some games. So let me copy this. We haven't done a Levia in a while. Okay, so they won the die roll. We will go first. I don't know if I actually want needles into Levia. I think they're all right. And I don't think we want any sideboard cards really. Yeah, I think it's just fine as is. Let's run our 60 and see how it performs. So here, I think we're just gonna. In Sylvia, it's pretty good to just pass. Like we're only pushing 8 here, and they can fill their graveyard pretty easily. I think pass is reasonable. If they do like an agile windup, I'm more inclined to attack in. I generally don't like feeling Levi's graveyard if I have the option. My ideal turn order for this matchup is going second, just because like we can block and filter our hand because they don't really have a lot of good setup cards. I think they have like Smashback Yellowhorn and an Agile Windup, but otherwise not like super incredible. It looks like they have a Blood Rush here into Shadow Realm Horror, so I'm kind of glad pitching a Shadow Realm Horror, so I'm kind of glad that we didn't attack here. Oh, discard another Blood Rush. Ooh, that's so rough. I am so sorry, opponent. What do we want to do here? You just CNC them. Is that better than sending Mauling Key for 5? You like block 6 and 5. Like I don't think the CNC is ever connecting, especially with like scabs. But it might force out the Husk early. Maybe this is fine. That was terrible luck for our opponent there. Not an ideal Blood Rush turn by any means. I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave Husk to cover this. Although it would start their Blood Deck counter, and they don't have like a ton of good fuel. Like them hitting the Blood Rush there is actually like abysmal, just because now it adds two no sixes to the bin. I'm curious if they do give Husk here. Oh wait, they don't have an arsenal. What am I doing? Okay, I think sending Molecule is better. Wait, did they not arsenal? Well, I'm gonna have to watch that back. I think they might have just chosen not to arsenal. Because they Blood Rushed, pitching a red. They have Wild Ride. They have one card that they didn't arsenal. Okay. In that case, I'm not sure what the right play was. Yeah, I was not paying attention at all. Okay, banishing a Blood Rush. So they do still have one in the bin, and then they're adding another 4, so it's fine for us. We do still have 6 block off this hand, but I do want to hold on to the Winds of Eternity if I can. I think we're just gonna play out the entire hand next turn though, because like we have the triple 100 Winds of Eternity combo. It's pretty sick. Can't not do it, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna start with the 100 Winds. This isn't like insane, but it's just funny more than anything. They could give us fleshback here, but it's like a 50-50 on whether they hit the card that we want. So I don't know. If flashback's ever like a 50-50 on like just hitting a random shitty card that will IP us, I think we're not terribly upset with that. Because if it's chase the tail, that's what we're gonna arsenal anyways, right? Curious if they're thinking about it here. They might be. Oh, maybe just feeling the yard. That makes sense. Do another one. And then we'll get a 0 for 5 on this again because of the Shuko. It's pretty good. And we also threaten 3 shuffles. It's kind of funny. If I were them, I'd probably just let this hit. Like, the shuffle is actually kind of bad for us since we haven't found Transcend yet. Okay, blocking with the Endless and Scab. So they don't want to. I think I would have let it hit there if I was them, but wow, this hand's nuts. If I could like have a perfect Zen hand, I think this would be it. Although the flashback makes it a little bit more awkward. But we do have like the redundant chase in Arsenal, so it's overall not terrible. So there is one like slight problem with this hand, and that's that like if we win Chalk or Rising Sun gain a resource, then our levels doesn't get the full pump. I think it's better to pitch the Wind Chakra than to play it, right? Because we get the extra mode on the levels. I think that's correct. I think we want to hold on to the bit. We can always get another aspect too, I think, right? Yeah, I think we're fine with this. And let's get our... I think we'll get our aspect. We have the pouncing pauses back up too. I probably should have blocked with this a little bit earlier. Still getting a little bit used to pouncing. So we'll do draw go. Now they have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting with the Scowling if they want to. And then if they do, we can just pouncing pause it. It's not a big deal. We would like lose out on like 1 block here if they did that. So it's like a 3 value Scowling kind of ish. Maybe even 4 value because the well no, we could always play this too. Yeah, so it'd be like 3 value Scowling. It's not terrible. Okay, we're gonna start with our Tiger now. So that way they can't like banish it in IPS if they want Scowling. We did get very, very lucky though. Like I don't think that this is a typical Levia game. I think we're also going to be able to squeeze a needle in here. And then what do we want to Arsenal? We could also like squeeze in 2 needles and then okay, they're gonna Scowling. So we'll figure out what we do. If they banish the Bittering, then we can do double needle. If they don't banish the Bittering, we can just do 1 needle and Bittering. Okay, so they banished the Bittering. So now we can technically do double needle if we want to, but we'll see what they do. See how much more of this they want to block. I'm curious about the Gambler's Gloves too. I think most of them are on most of them are just on the I'm trying to think of the arm piece. The name completely escapes me at this point. Okay, so we'll needle. I guess it doesn't really matter when we needle. So we should play out the cards first. We still have 7 armor up, so we're at like 29 effectively. Reckless is fine by me. I wonder if they'll use Carrion Husk to block a needle. That'd be kind of funny. I don't even know if that would be wrong. It's probably wrong. I also don't know how they're gonna turn off Blood Debt next turn. Probably can't, right? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and give at least 1 needle here. If they block with a card, if they block with a card, I think we give the other needle. If they don't block with a card, all right. Let's see if we. I'm curious if they'll actually give us Husk here. That'd be kind of funny because it would pop it. That's really funny. Yeah, that makes sense. I Zephyr Needle just got us a Carrion Husk, so I can't even be that mad about that, right? Yeah, that's fine with me. And they also take like 3 blood debt, so they barely actually gain anything out of that. I think we need to start by transcending. So we'll just do mono transcend in our resource. And then I think we're starting on the Bittering and then probably getting Aspect to Tiger Body just to like play out the hand. We still have our Traverse up, so I'm not very like worried about this. We should be able to put them out of flip range as well. Like I think that might be their plan here. I'm gonna get the Aspect just so we can threaten the additional Tiger Swipe. Think that makes sense? Or does it? Could also just get like, no, I think it's right. So this will come in for 5, they double block. This will come in for 3. Or they don't have to double block. If they go to 2, they go to 14. They 3, 4. I think it's technically possible for them to flip if they want to, but they'd still like have to sacrifice a lot of tempo. Okay, flip is off, so that's fine with us. I think we might just Arsenal this then. I mean, it is 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage is 4 damage. I don't think it really changes much when we play this. If I regret playing this, then y'all can berate me in the comments. Nuts hand. This is also why I like going up on blue count. Like, I think we're at 29 right now. Oh my god. The unluckiest Levia in the world. Holy crap. Wait, what? They just rolled 2 1s. Oh my god. Okay, I am so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but okay, you are actually the unluckiest Levia like I have ever seen. That is abysmal. Holy crap. Okay. Well, everyone, I put an F in the chat for that fucking Levia. Holy shit. Okay, let's do Azalea. Do we want to do Azalea? Could also do. Let's do a new Viscerai. Supposedly, this matchup is quite scary. So I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is going to be a racing Viscerai or just a normal Viscerai. So we'll board in the Warmongers, take out the Cosmics, and then maybe shave down on what? Shave down on like a random blue. I like a Pouncing Key is also fine. Let's get rid of Pouncing Key. See how that goes. I think we're at 30 blues now. So looks like it's maybe a more aggressive Viscerai, but it's hard to tell a lot of the time. Because I think there have up until this point generally been 2 archetypes of Viscerai. There's like the stacking Rune Chance Viscerai, and then there's the just like go wide Tome of the Arknight or whatever it's called Viscerai. Okay, undid that. Trying to read all these cards. If you played or created, this gets overpowered. Okay, cool. So they overpower us on turn 1. That's fine. Let's go again. Sure. So it would have gotten double overpower. That's fine with us, I think. So we're going to block with Gainless Share, probably. So they do get through 4 damage on turn 1. It's pretty good. Okay, what does this hand want to do? We could go off an Arsenal here. I'm not like super opposed to that. Like just do double 100 wins into Greed Anger. It's a little bit awkward. All right hands are kind of rough. And we also didn't really get a chance to filter. Yeah, I think we're just we could arsenal one of these, but I don't know. I'd rather just see like a whole new four because like we would have to like we'd have to like sacrifice damage to not or to keep cards there basically. So playing out the Morgitai, that's a little bit spooky. We do have the double transcend though. And we can do it in response to the rune chance if we deem it necessary. Definitely scary. So this is threatening 2 rune chance on hit. So I don't know if it's worth it to. We're definitely double transcending. I don't think it's going to be worth it to make a Zen state yet. I think we maybe want to be a little bit more conservative with it. But I think we will at least pay 2 of these rune chants. Because if we make a Zen state, we're basically only like blocking 4-ish. Although, I guess maybe a little bit more with the mob skies. It depends what their last card is in hand. I think we are also probably just letting this hit. They make 2 more rune chants, but it's kind of for 9, so it's not like we can really block it efficiently. So if they like play another like attack after this, we would have blocked how much? Okay, it's like swarming. Yeah, so maybe it was worth it. But we can also just make it at the end of our turn next turn if we want to. It's definitely a bit of damage here. I guess probably would have been a 10 damage in state or whatever, but I think it's okay still. I think we definitely want to like potentially sandbag one of these chi at the end of our turn and kind of see what they do. So we'll get, what are we getting here? I think this is Arsenal. And then probably just a 0 cost is fine. Probably just Aspect, because we can play it off the Tiger Swipe. Not sure if this is right. We don't want to CNC them this turn because they're off an Arsenal, so like parking this is probably fine. If they block out here, then I don't think we make a Zen state. I think we just send CNC for damage, or like needle CNC for damage. Okay, facing Purgatory. Interesting. Okay, they are activating it. I think it's fine though. So we get to choose what to discard. So the next turn is going to be like a little bit of a setup turn, I think. So now the question is, are we making a Zen state or are we allowing the CNC to get eaten? I think we still want to make the Zen state. Not sure if that's right. So we will discard our CNC, but they have a 3-card hand still. So at minimum, this is buying us like 2 turns. Still not sure if that's right. Maybe last turn was his end state turn. I can see that being the case. Okay, it's a pretty good hand. Okay, playing out the Rune Blood incantation. So if I had to guess, they're probably not going to try to attack us for the next 2 turns. It's a little bit unfortunate. But it's kind of a question now of like how much damage can they realistically push. So I think we are just going to do Harmony into Sacred Art. Going off an Arsenal again, though, is a little bit problematic. Like, maybe we want to put the Breed Anger in there. I feel like there's maybe definitely an opportunity for improvement on this game. We also probably should have saved that Zen State for a little bit, but I guess it, like, I don't know if we're necessarily like, it's not necessarily like face down, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty face up, I think, what we're getting. Yeah, so this is a pretty weak turn. But the better part, I guess, about this turn is that it's at least a little bit annoying in terms of like the it's annoying in terms of like the breakpoints because they don't want to block like the tigers necessarily if they want to just dump their hand. Yeah, it looks like they are blocking here, but keeping a 4-card hand as Visai is probably okay for us. Okay. I don't think we're out of it yet. Find the Warmongers too, which is really good. All right, Malefic Incantation. This is a new one. Wherever you attack, make a thing. Okay, yeah. Oh, another Rune Blood. Okay, that's scary. Yeah, so this Zen State, I feel like you almost maybe don't want to make a Zen State proactively, or maybe you don't want to make a Zen State like kind of like how I did, where I'm trying to set it up over a turn. Like maybe you almost want to just kind of use it as like a reactive thing, like when you have a bunch of like rune chance on the stack. But it's hard to like do that when like you have to block with traverse to get the chi. Anyways, that was a little bit of a ramble. Let's do. I think we were probably going to end up popping Pouncing Paws to develop out the Warmongers this turn. So we'll start with the spinning. There's definitely a scary amount of rune chance going on. We got 6 at least next turn. Curious if they're blocking out. Yeah, I think we do pop Pouncing Paws here. I don't love it, but it helps us push like 5 extra damage. This is definitely going to be a matchup that I think we're going to have to relearn. Like, whereas before I think it was quite free, I think this is actually now like a 50-50 matchup. But I think the Zen State is going to make a very big kind of like matchup breaker, I think. I don't think I used my Zen State particularly well there. So I think I'm going to pressure them with Needle now. And then just play Warmongers. Hopefully this is a bit problematic for them. Okay, it looks like they're thinking they're going to be able to play out a 4-card hand. So hopefully this ruins that. All right, they're choosing war, so you can at least expect us to take 6 rune chance next turn. It's pretty good. Okay, Rune Rager Swarm. This is create an aura this turn. This gets go again. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to pay for any of this Arcane Barrier. It's interesting the order that triggers here. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think we are going to try to get our traverse value here. But at least they're not getting the value out of Visai, and they maybe have some non-attack stuck in their hand. Okay, swarming is fine, I think. They might be able to pressure us here with the Nebula Blade. Be a little scary. I think it's definitely going to be a close one. Snuff out. Oh no. We destroy an aura. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Oh, that is what probably we should have saved cards for, huh? Oh, we're learning. It's important. So we obviously have to block this with Shuko, and I think probably the Aspect to Tiger Body. Probably. Yeah, I think so. That was a really good turn from them through Warmongers. Holy crap. I was expecting to do that to for that to do a lot more than it did. So I think we're going to start here with an Aspect, I guess. They break my needle. No, my needle's still up, so we can use that one floating to pump into that. So get our last Aspect, I think. We're sending a good bit of damage, but I don't think it's actually going to be enough here. I think I mistimed that Zen state pretty bad. I think if we did it that turn where they like went pretty wide, I think it would have been a lot better. And we had the option to. Yeah, that's probably a punt. Although maybe we also just got a little bit unlucky. Like I can see that like them drawing all of these kind of like setup auras after we pop Zen State is a little bit unfortunate because it looks like they are running like fairly aggressive like attack package as well. So I'm not sure. Okay, blocking with the creepers. That's kind of interesting. I don't think we're going to be pushing enough damage here. I haven't counted out though. So this is 3, 4, another 3, another 2. So that's 12. Put them at 3. Yeah, I don't think that's great. So maybe we have to start saving armor for snuff outs too. I mentioned this card, I think, in the set review. This card's really good. Yeah, because they can just like pop like one of their like spent rune blood incantations and then just use it on that for the on hit. It's pretty good. Oh, it looks like they're also playing Looming Doom. Interesting. Okay, so that tiger doesn't do anything, so we'll just needle here. Like even if they send Nebula Blade, well, they have to play a non-attack to get the pump on it. But it's still really bad for us if they are able to. They had 2 rune chance here, so that's 2 damage, and then this hits, it's 1 damage basically. So they need like 1 other card. Okay, they're popping the needle with the weakest link. That might be okay for us. Do we want to park this in our soul or do we want to send it? I think we may want to park it. It's kind of the same. Okay, 2 more rune chance, and then I'm curious what their follow-up play is. It could just be Nebula Blade for 1. So I think we don't have the option here. I think this is actually going to be really close. And then it hits. We take 1. So I think we just have to go to 1 here. I think that's pretty much our only thing. But we drew into a really nuts hand. So if we can spike something off the top of this Harmony, I think we're in business. So I think we just got to go for it, right? Yep. Uh. No. That's a shame. So what are we getting instead? Probably Key Unleashed. We have 1 already in the bin. Yeah, it's probably just Key Unleashed. Just make the most use of out of our mana. Or our resources, whatever. Yeah, it's probably just Key Unleashed. Oh, but hold on. We don't have the Tiger for that. Oh, hold on. That was maybe a little bit of a punt. I think it has to be Mauling Key then. Like, yeah, it's probably just Mauling Key. Yeah, I still don't think we're presenting enough here. We could have arguably also like put the Path Will Traveled in Arsenal, but I don't think this game is lasting very many more turns. Yeah. So this comes in for 5, this comes in for 6. So we are threatening lethal, so they will have to give us at least one more card, but they can send the Rune Chance, which is a problem. We still also have Tunic block up. Okay, looks like they are blocking out, though. Maybe just thinking that they can kill us here. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it looks like we're in a rough spot. We could have kept the Path Will Travel in Arsenal. But it wouldn't have really helped here. Okay, using Tunic counter. Oh, looks like they got the Vexing. Pretty good. Okay, yeah, we're just dead here. I think we mistimed our Zen State pretty bad. That was a good game. Yeah, I think for Zen State, if you have the opportunity to at least get a Kyrian Husk against a Visai, I think you're probably pretty happy. I think I got a little too greedy there. I also didn't know how wide they were going that turn, so I'm not sure. I think there was also an opportunity where I didn't block with the CNC and they went off an Arsenal. I have to watch back the tape here, but I think I made a couple of different misplays this game. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna try to keep the video a little bit shorter today. But I hope you all enjoyed this deck list. I think we might be wanting to go. So we kind of paired into 2 pretty aggressive matchups. I think the needles are probably worth it at this point. Like my prediction for Rosetta, based on everything I'm seeing, is that it's going to be a lot more aggressive than the mid-rangey. Then I think a lot of people's impressions were the game was going to slow down, but I still think the game is like honestly like 1 to 2 turns within what it was pre Zen ban. Like we're still well. Okay, let me actually look at the results. So let me do all versions. Hybrid cope. So it looks like we're still averaging 7 turns ish, like 6 to 7 turns. So that's still pretty fast for a format. Like I think 8 to 10 is like more mid-rangey, but yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next time.